morning, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Anya, and in this channel I do videos on motherhood and lifestyle. And today is an early morning and I'm actually on my way to the dentist, and I decided to bring you along because it's been a pretty busy week. So much for watching, and today I plan to give you a little bit of an overview of where I see myself in this YouTube journey, or in this video making journey. I want to speak to you today about where I see my channel and where I see myself going in this video making journey. So I started my YouTube journey about 6 years ago, I would say. Well, yeah, definitely 6 years ago. It was actually December of 2012, and I remember I was so super excited. I started seeing videos online of girls doing makeup, and I thought, oh my goodness, this is so exciting. I totally want to do this. I want to get into it really, really badly. And at the time, I was about to get married, and I decided, you know what, there's no better opportunity than right now to get into this, because I really do need to get going on practicing for my wedding makeup. At the time, I didn't have a job. I had gotten engaged in August. I actually lost my job 2 days after we got engaged. And that just goes to show, by the way, that no matter how much you try to put ducks in a row, sometimes just the wind blows and all your little ducks that you've worked so hard to get all together just scatter around, and you just have to go into survival mode. But so I remember I got laid off. So I decided it would be a good idea to go ahead and get started, and I completely lost my train of thought because the phone rang, but I'm gonna try to pick it up where I left off, which I don't even know where I left off, but here it goes. So I didn't have a job. I had just gotten engaged, and we were planning on getting married between semesters, right? Both my husband and I were in school at the time. We were actually getting our masters. We were a little bit, we weren't like, we look young, but we're not young. Like, at the time, I was 29 years old, and so was he. And that was when we got engaged. But after that, we both turned 30, so we got married when we were 30. I decided, with my very limited amount of money that I had in my savings account, which I would live on for the next 2 years, that I would go ahead and purchase a video camera. And I bought that on Cyber Monday. I remember I went online on Cyber Monday and I ordered myself a camera. And the camera came in the mail, and the day that the camera came in the mail, I unpacked it, I set it up on top of my dresser, no lights, no nothing, and I started doing my makeup. And at the very beginning, I was so scared to talk. I didn't want to talk, so I just recorded myself. And what I did was that I played some music in the background, and for the products, I just put some product names in the video that I could, that you could see. And that was pretty much it. I was so happy with it. I was so excited. I was just like, wow, this is the beginning of a new world. That was 6 years ago. I mean, sometimes I go back to those videos to look at my face and see how things have changed, and it's definitely very shocking, because el tiempo no pasa en vano. Things actually, things change. Sometimes we don't see it because we're looking at ourselves day in and day out, in the mirror, all the time. But when you look back, you're like, dang, what that happened to me. Anyway, so I started recording those videos, and I remember, I don't even know how many videos I did just like that. I did just recording myself doing my makeup, little subtitles for the makeup description, and music in the background. I mean, I remember getting a comment one time on a video that said that when I started doing like actual voice videos, which I think my first video on that was like my skincare routine. And I remember getting a comment, which is probably still there, of somebody that said, "I thought you were mute." Like I was beginning to think that you couldn't actually speak, which was quite funny. But so then I moved on to making actual videos where I spoke, and I started doing unboxings, and I started doing like unbaggings of my Ipsy bags and all of that stuff. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I also had a lot of fun meeting other people, and I remember meeting a few other beauty blogger influencers that currently are quite larger in size, just because of course they've been there and they've been there consistently, and they're really, really good. So it's kind of interesting to look back and say, hey, you know what, like I know this person, including people internationally, which to me, it just still blows my mind. We're in 2018, and I know that like it's a common occurrence to speak and have a relationship with somebody that's across the globe. But to me, it's still kind of surreal that I get to know that there is, or there was, some type of communication and connection with somebody that was all the way across the other side of the planet, and there is that one line of communication or of interest, or that one line of bond, because of this YouTube journey, which was really nice. So, you know, it was very exciting to do all of that, but then things just got on the high track to just no YouTube. I remember at the end of my master's career, which was what I was studying at the time, things just became really hectic, especially around the time that my husband and I were going to be moving. This has quickly turned into a life update, but it really isn't. It's more about my YouTube journey. I remember getting to the new home. So after we graduated, he got a new job, and we came down to the Jersey Shore. And after we moved, I set up everything in my new room, my new office. I did a few videos. I did a few things that I was like, oh great, you know, like I'm getting back into the swing of things, but it wasn't the same. It really wasn't. And I don't know where exactly it was, you know, that just, it went from, yes, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, you know, 100% give it my everything, to I absolutely cannot spare any time for it, and life must go on, and it just fell on the wayside. It completely did. It just completely fell on the wayside, and I didn't do anything else about it. So I moved on. I began to do my, you know, career. I took jobs that I needed to take because of my family. I'm currently working a full-time job that, you know, I'm really passionate about and I'm really committed to. But in the back of my mind, I've always had this feeling of, I really want to go back to YouTube. I want to go back to making videos. I want to go back to documenting what my life is currently like, what I'm going through, the things that are changing. And I want to give you a little bit of background of why I think that is. So one of the things that I've never shared here is that my mom passed away when I was very little. My mom passed away 2 days before I turned 5 years old. So my life memory of my mother is not really existing. It just doesn't exist. Everything that I remember about her, I probably remember because other people have told me about it, and other people have, you know, very graciously described how she was and what she did and what she was like. And it's amazing. All of the things that people tell me about my mom are really, something that I strive to be. Courageous, outgoing, just like goal seeking, very goal oriented, just an amazing woman overall. A woman that had no fear, had no inhibitions, just completely plowed through life. Unfortunately, she did become sick, and there are some things in life that we just cannot do anything about, So when I look at my life right now and the way that my life has been shaped, I think about her because a lot of the things that I learned are things that I learned from my dad, and I wonder how my life would have been different if I would have learned more from her. And I remember my cousin who lives here in the United States saying that they saw a video where my mom was talking, where my mom was speaking. She remembers actually seeing a video. And keep in mind, my mom passed away in 1987. So she was only 34 years old at the time. A video back then, that's far from the normal practice, but it existed. I've searched, I've asked around, I've really desired to hear that, because let's face it, I've never actually heard, at least consciously, that I remember and I know, I've never heard my mom's voice. I wish I could hear her voice. I wish I could see what she sounds like. Was she moved like? Did it sound like me? Did she do things like me? I mean, a lot of people tell me that she did. But, or that I do behave a lot like her in terms of my assertiveness and my just forward thinking and going for it and doing things and just getting out of my comfort zone and plowing through and all of those things. But I don't know. I didn't get the opportunity to make that comparison myself and really understand and know, if that is really, in fact, the truth. So, because I want so badly to hear my mom's voice on those videos, I want to make sure that in the future, when Sebastian wants to hear my voice, that he has that available. That when he wants to know what I was like when I was my age currently, that I have that available for him. I want to make sure that the things that I know I currently wish I could have from my mom, that Sebastian has from me, and any other future children. So that's currently where I am, and why I'm trying to so hard, why I'm so resolute on making sure that I get this going. I also want to give lessons. I feel like I do want to give lessons. I've learned lessons, life lessons on different things throughout different stages of my life that I want to share. And yeah, I definitely want to share them with my family. I want to share them with my loved ones. But I also understand that there's more than just my close circle of family members and friends. And I'm so blessed that, I got the opportunity to share those lessons with a larger circle of people that could potentially learn something from the experiences that I have had. And I definitely think that I want to share that. So I want to move forward. I want to plan. I want to go ahead and make sure that I make time for these, for these videos, for this information that is in my head to come out and be able to reach whoever's hearing it right now. There are so many more videos that I want to do on so many different topics. I mean, I just spoke about how when I started, I was doing, tutorials on makeup, and I mean, clearly I'm not a makeup artist. But I want to talk about other things in my life. And I mean, there are a lot of things that, yes, I can talk about, but a few things that I'm very passionate about in my life. One of them is motherhood. It's just the stage that I'm in right now, and it's fresh in me. So I'm living it, and I am breathing it, and I'm dreaming it, and I'm walking it. Like, it's definitely something that I'm living the lesson right now. So it's like fresh, and I'm passionate about being a good mom, passionate about being the best mom in terms of discipline, the best mom in terms of feeding my child and giving him the most amazing nutrition. I'm passionate about giving him the type of love that only I and his dad could give, and also giving him the opportunity to receive love from others. But for him to experience, to undoubtedly know that his father and I are just completely head over heels for him. So I'm very passionate about my motherhood, aspect to my life. I'm also very passionate about my faith. I've been a Christian for many, many years, and I know that while I might not sound as enthusiastic about that as I am about becoming a mom, I am very committed, and I've been for many years very engaged in the area of faith in my life. I also have a job that's related to that, and I also feel very passionate about my career. I studied finance. I help people with their finances, and I think that is definitely something that I'm called to do. I'm good at it. I'm passionate about it, and I get so much satisfaction when somebody says, my life has been forever changed by the principles that you taught me. My life has been forever changed, and my children's life will be impacted by the things that I've changed based on the things that I've learned from you. And that's just above and beyond anything that I could ever imagine. When I say that, I say it in terms of my career, because you know what? At the end of the day, and I really have realized this now as a result of becoming a mom, there's just nothing like having a child. Nothing. And even if my career would go away, if everything else would go away, the only thing that matters, and I'll be completely honest, is my child. I have no interest in absolutely anything else if I cannot have my child. And right now I say my child because I only have one. But I know it will be the same when I have other children, When I have other little ones looking up to me and depending on me to do everything for them, to care for them, to feed them, to clothe them, to love them, to do all these things that I know I'm only going to be able to do as a mom for them. And I know because I didn't have a mom growing up, as I just shared, and there were definitely things that I wish she would have been around for. So I'm here now, not at the arrival of my destination, but definitely at the arrival of where I am in life. And you know how some days you just play things by ear. Other days you're like, yeah, my goals, my aspirations, my, making steps, making strides, moving forward, and, taking this world by storm. And then some days you're just like, can I just sit here on this buoy and try to stay afloat? I feel like this past year has definitely been filled with much more of that buoy type of days, but I feel there's a turn. I feel there's a turn in the right direction, and I'm moving forward into that goal-oriented, that plow forward no matter what mentality. I intend to continue uploading videos to share my journey. Like I mentioned, share those lessons that I've learned, and hopefully you will find use out of it. But I also intend to continue living my life in a reasonable and completely realistic way. I plan on being the type of person that makes my children proud of me. That's my top priority, and one of my biggest ambitions in life, being somebody that my children can stand behind and say, that was my mom. That is my mom. And dare I even say, I want to be just like my mom. Thank you so much for watching today. Thank you for giving of your time to listen to me speak about my current situation, about where I currently am in life. I'm excited about what's to come. Okay, things have just gotten really hairy here because there's a lot of traffic, and I don't know, we need to do something different. But let's just cut it out here. Go ahead and move forward. And thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it. I don't even know if I should say that because I'm probably gonna get so many thumbs down, because this was definitely more of a rant than anything else. Not a rant, but like a going off on completely different tangents. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.